Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live, number 166 for this Thursday, September 18th. I'm your host, Rod, here in what is sunny Philadelphia right now. It was cloudy Philadelphia a minute ago, so I was prepared to say it was a cloudy day, but the sun, it came out. It surprised me. So here in sunny Philadelphia today with a lot of my good friends here in the chat. We got Alex here already. We got DeRock here already. I appreciate you guys for being here. Today we're going to be talking about the Meta Connect news. We're going to be talking about some eInk stuff too. We're going to be talking about more about the ceramic nib. I got to talk more about that. We're also going to talk about some Reddit things that I found while I was scouring Reddit as well. There were some couple things about the Supernote that I wanted to talk about that I mentioned, but I'm going to mention again today. I'm going to do a video about some Supernote stuff that I mentioned, but the live streams just don't get the views that the videos get. So I got to do a video to get the views and the recognition for that. So we're going to do that as well. This is where we talk about today's eInk topics of the day. We talk about today's tech topics of the day. Again, we're going to jump right into our holidays like we normally do about this time. So let's go ahead and check out what holidays are going on for today. And by holidays, I just mean national, international holidays. Today we got International eBook Day. Very relevant for the topic we're talking about today. eInk ebook today. eInk devices we talk about on the channel all the time. So if you have ebooks, if you have a Kindle sitting in your desk, it's been there for 8 years. You haven't pulled it out in forever. Pull it out. Dust it off. Read your ebook today. This is me putting ebooks back on your mind because today, like I just said, International Ebook Day. World Water Monitoring Day. When I was in the military, one of the biggest things we did, and I think I might have mentioned this before, was purify water. Like on humanitarian missions, that's all we did was purify water. So water, big deal. Today, putting water on the mind, World Water Monitoring Day. And good water. You got to purify that stuff. Get all the contaminants out. Make sure the turbidity. You didn't think you was going to hear a word like turbidity today on the show, did you? Make sure the turbidity is okay. The pH, you know what I'm saying? You got to check all of those things. Very important. I was going to mention fluoride, but that's controversial. We'll move on. National Cheeseburger Day. What's more appealing than a cheeseburger? If you guys don't know, I like hand sandwiches. I said hand sandwiches, hand food. Anything I can pick up with my hand and eat, I love that. Tacos, hamburgers, sandwiches, all that. Good stuff to me. What do you guys think? You cheeseburger people out there? I'm a vegetarian too, so don't get it mixed up. I'm a vegetarian, so it's veggie burgers over here. But I'll probably do a cheeseburger today in honor of National Cheeseburger Day. National Respect Day. Listen, let's respect people today. Show some respect for people today. If you don't show respect throughout your whole life, if you're one of those people like, I don't respect anything. Today, it's September 18th. Show some respect today. Today is Respect People Day. National Respect Day. Respect each other. Respect your fellow YouTuber. And in association, respect said YouTubers' Discord and their communities. It's respect all around. Good morning, Aaron. How you doing? Thanks for joining. How many people we got here? We got 5 people. How you guys doing? Good morning. We got 5 people up in the chat today. Good morning to you. Hope you guys got your coffee. If you haven't and you don't do coffee, okay, cool. But if you haven't and you do coffee, please go get your coffee. Please do it. Do yourself a favor. Coffee up, fellas and ladies. National Respect Day. So just make sure we reiterate that. Randos. Let's talk about some rando information today. So live streaming excerpts. I'm going to start doing live stream excerpts. I talked about this yesterday. We're going to take excerpts from the live streams and I'm going to put them, make their own like videos. So that's going to be a thing. We talked about this. Listen, if you're not a member of the channel, there's a join button down there. It's 99 cents. You join, you get you a badge. So when I throw the videos out, you got your shiny badge. People will see your comment, shout outs, and members posts. I do member only posts sometimes, just asking about certain things that I'm going to put on the channel, getting your opinion, say, hey, what do you guys like? This, or that. Live stream times was a big thing that was picked by the community. The members, that is. The members. What else we got here? How do I make the show better? So if you guys have ideas on how to make the show better, you're like, okay, I like what he did there. I would like to see more of that. Throw that in the comments. Throw that in the chat. Listen, feedback at rantsaboutTech.com. You can send the feedback there if you like. Go to the website, do the newsletter thing, and you can leave feedback there too on the website. So it's all there. Cloud City, how's it going? Let's get to the chats real quick. We got The Rock says they make some solid non-meat burgers. I have a solid smash style non-meat patty in the freezer. It might be lunch, dude. So I mentioned the other day how me and Amy went to the Oval at Eakins Oval, and it's across from the Rocky Steps at the Art Museum in Philadelphia. So we went there the other night. It was the night before the last night that we're going to be doing it, so we caught them at a good time. Beautiful night. We walked down there. They had an Impossible Smash Burger down there. Like me and Amy are really light eaters, so we bought one burger and a set of fries, and we kind of shared it. You know what I mean? And was awesome and so fun. If you haven't shared food in a while with your significant other, just share some food. Just buy one thing one day. You guys going out to eat, buy one thing, and be like, babe, we're just gonna share this, okay? we just got our burger. We're gonna share these fries. We're gonna share. Anyway, we shared the burger and shared the fries. It was a smash burger, an Impossible Smash Burger. Oh my goodness, it was so good. I had never had a smash burger outside of me trying to make one at home. This was way better than what I made. It was amazing. I had to find out where their actual their permanent location was. It was so good. So I went back to ask the young lady, like, hey, I understand you guys are just here for this event, but do you have a permanent location? She's like, yeah, we are at Liberty Square. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'll be there. You'll see me. You'll definitely see me. Cheeseburgers, non-veg, non-meat. There are some very good burgers out there that are vegetarian style or vegan if you're that. My Google Home speaker, says Cloud, has had a most startling and unexpected response to the call to coffee. She does not support this feature. Yeah, okay, there we go. The brand is not Burger Smashed. Check it out if you want to make one at home. Oh, cool, thank you. Listen, that's what this place could have done. That they could have bought these and then served them to us. I don't know, but I'm gonna check that out though. If there's a chance that this is the burger that they used, I'm buying it. Period. LOL, that's hilarious at Cloud. Scared the hell out of me. Yeah. Dude, Google Home is so bad, Cloud. I've been hoping that, and I've left feedback with Google for years. Like I leave at least one email with them a year how disgusted I am with the Home, especially since it came out rocking. The Google Home speakers, oh my God, they were the bee's knees when they first came out. Now, trash. They're worse than Siri. Like, I don't even know why it's plugged up, to be honest with you. I'm gonna unplug it because all it does is interrupt me while I'm saying stuff during live streams. That's its function in my life now, to interrupt live streams. That's all it does. That's all it does. It's nothing useful. If it said something cool when it interrupted me on live, I'd be like, okay, it could be like a quasi co-host. But as it is now, it's trash. So much potential, Cloud. So much potential. The Rock says, oh, they for sure brought the Impossible Burger. Okay, they're not lab making fake meat at most restos. No doubt, bro. No doubt. No doubt. All right, so what else we got here in the holiday section? We finished holidays. We're in the Randos section. How to make the show better. I think we talked about that. If you have feedback, leave it at feedback@rantsaboutTech.com. I will take it there. You can leave feedback on the video itself in the comments. You can go to the Discord, which a link is in the description of this video if you didn't know. And you can join our Discord and leave feedback there as well in the live stream section. If you just want to join the Discord to talk about eInk stuff, tech stuff, we have sections and categories in the Discord for those as well. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. What else we got here? Show segments. Like I said, I'm going to be doing show segments. So once I get going on a particular topic on something, I may not look at the chat like I normally would, you guys. So my apologies up front. I'm trying to make excerptable content so I can take excerpts from the live streams and put them into their own videos. And I realized that the hardest part about doing that is me stopping what I'm doing and going to the chat, which I know the chat loves. I love doing. It makes it hard to make excerptable content though, which is what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to find a nice balance. You guys let me know how you feel about it, but that's where I'm trying to go with that. So if I don't get to the chat like I normally would, my apologies. I'll get better at the mix as I go. What else we got here? Soundbite levels. So I got a new soundbite. That we're gonna this is a soundbite that was taken from yesterday's show. I got two soundbites, but I'm only keeping one. One is just because I like it. Two, the second one is the one I'm going to be using from henceforth. It's very interesting. So if the sound levels on my sound bites that I'm using throughout the show are too loud or too low, please let me know. I've been trying to work with the levels of those, and they may need some adjusting. So you guys let me know how you hear those in your situation. Klaus says, real, they had so much potential. Yeah. 100%. And I October 1st, Cloud. October 1st, they're going to talk about new Google Home speakers and Google Home accessories. So we should find out if they're going to fix it on October 1st. I hope. New soundbite new soundbite levels. The new soundbite is for the haters. So I got a new hater soundbite. I wrote that in there. We're gonna test that soundbite out in here in a second. All right, so that is the beginning of the show. That's the intro to the show. Let's go ahead and get to the tech news, shall we? All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about here today is going to be about the Meta Connect event. I didn't get access to that event, so I told you guys yesterday I had to register for it. That it didn't matter. I registered 2 emails. They didn't care. So I had to get the news this morning like everybody else. I could have done it last night, but it was 8 o'clock at night. I think I might have been doing something at that time. So I did catch it this morning. I got all the details for you, so let's go ahead and talk about those. I'm super excited about this, chat. Just to let you know out the gate. I've been saying these are Meta Ray-Bans right here. So I've been saying glasses for AI and computing, AI computing is where the future is. I've been saying it, which is why I wear them every live. I really do believe in that idea. It's the perfect location for it. These new Ray-Bans and these new products that they've Dr. Ling, how's it going? Thanks for joining. These new Ray-Bans that they've come out with they've just done a seriously good job. I can't wait to talk about them. I want to get a pair myself, and I can't wait for them to come out so I can get a pair myself. Ooh, let's start out the hater soundbite. Pretend a hot take. Fluoride water is not positive for society. Oh, spicy. The Rock. You know what? Let's. You know what? Before we get to the show, you're right. You know, before we get to that, let's test out the sound bites. Okay. You're right. You're absolutely right. We're gonna test. Here we go. Testing out the sound bites. The hater sound bites. I got two. And we're only keeping one though. I got a hater sound bite, and then I got the abridged version. Okay. We're only keeping the abridged version of the hater sound bite. Here we go. I'm so proud of this soundbite though. Okay, here we go. If you guys think it's too abrasive, you let me know too. If it's like, Rod, that's a cool soundbite, but I wouldn't use it every show. You guys let me know, okay? But here we go. Here's the first soundbite. This is the extended version. I'm gonna do the abridged after. Here's the extended version. And let me know if it's too loud. Sound levels, you guys. Oh, you can't use ceramic on that. It'll damage it. And you can only do it on Supernote because they have the sound. Shut up. What do we think? Too loud? Too loud. Too abrasive. Maybe. What we got in the chat here? Oh boy, we got RFK voter here. Net positive. Not positive. All right, you guys let me know how you feel about the soundbite. I'm trying not to talk too loudly into the microphone. I realize I've been clipping a lot. I watched my first live stream yesterday. Yesterday's live stream was so good. Yesterday's live stream was so good, chat. It's the only live stream I got done with and was like, I gotta go see that. And then I went and rewatched the whole live stream. It was so good. Except for the part where I lost volume. Yeah, whatever. Maybe too long for a soundbite. Keep the shut up though. That's all right. So that was the extended version. Here's the abridged version. You're gonna like this if you thought that, Rock. Here's the here's the abridged version. The version that I'm actually gonna keep. Shut up. Oh my goodness. I can't help but laugh when I hear that. It is so funny. But is it too abrasive, chat? Too abrasive? How are the levels? Is it something I can rock with on a daily basis if I chose to use it every show? Let me know. Durock says perfection. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yeah, I like the extended version, but I thought, you know what, that's too long. The abridged version is probably what you should go with. Alex, I think you have too many shoes. Alex Pitt says, all 4 of my professors don't allow AI glasses. Several classmates were mad. All 4 of my professors don't allow the use of AI glasses, which was upset several of my. That is interesting, Alex. Wow, I wonder why. Get a clean take of let the spice flow. No doubt. That's a good one too. There were so many soundbite moments in yesterday's show. Yesterday's show made me realize if I don't take excerpts out of my live, like I'm losing out on a ton of golden content that the world should see and won't, and probably would love seeing and get some satisfaction out of. I mean, I know I did. I couldn't stop watching yesterday's live. I watched the whole thing beginning to end and was like literally enthralled. Even though I did it, it still entertained me watching it. And like I said, I'll never go back and watch the lives because I'm not interested in watching myself. But I went back and watched yesterday's live and was thoroughly entertained. I could have watched it twice, honestly. There were so many soundbite moments in yesterday's live. So yeah, whoever put me onto the Arrakis planet name, thank you. The abridged version is timeless, approved. The Spice Wednesday should be a thing. Absolutely. Listen, that was a ride right there. Yesterday's show was a ride. But anyway, let's get back. And if you guys didn't see yesterday's show, go back and check out the replay. It was a hoot. I've never used a hoot in a sentence before, but here we go. I'm 48 using words like that. What are we doing? But yeah, okay. Let's get to the MetaConnect stuff, shall we? All right. So MetaConnect. They showed off 3 pair of glasses at MetaConnect 2025. They showed off the Meta Rayban 2nd Gen. They showed off the Meta Oakley Vanguards, which I'm personally interested in, and the pair that I'm like supremely interested in, which are the Meta Rayban displays. Let's talk about them. So details about these specifically though, overall, releasing September 30th at various price points that we're going to talk about. So these are not out yet. You can pre-order though. They offer pre-order, but you won't be able to get those till September 30th. All right, let's talk about the details. So these right here that we're looking at are the second gen Meta Ray-Ban AI glasses right here. So what's different about the second gen over the first gen that I'm wearing right now? The difference is increased battery life. So instead of 4 hours on a charge for the battery and 32 hours using the case, you get 8 hours with the glasses and 48 hours using the case. That's pretty cool. So that's like all-day use with the new ones. So that's going to be a huge improvement. Upgraded cameras. All right, so we're going from 1080p to 3K. So we're 1K short of actual 4K, which to me, if you're not at 4K, you might as well be at 1080p. Like honestly, because like scaling doesn't work at 3K very well, and if scaling at 1080p is trash. They just need to make that jump to 4K. Whatever money you need to spend, cool, make it 4K, or at least give us a 4K version that people like me would be willing to pay for, because I'll do it. So these are going to be $379 when they launch, and they have a 100-degree field of view, which is same field of view as the ones I have on right now, the first gen. They come with Garmin Auto Capture, which if you don't know what Garmin Auto Capture is, let's kind of look at here. Yeah, now the 2 times battery life, which we're seeing right there. Yeah, 3K UHD. I don't really care. I'm not interested. I mean, it's an upgrade, so I can't say I don't care, but it's not going to do me as a creator any good to have 3K over 1080p. It's not till it gets to 4K that I care, because that's at that point the resolution matters for scaling, for cropping, all of those things, right? It'll be good for downgrading video to 1080p. Now that I would do. Record it in 3K, downgrade it to 1080p, so it's super nice 1080p. I would do that. But just give me 4K. Just give me 4K. Where are we at? I wanted to show the Garmin Auto Capture here. They don't show that. So if you guys don't know what Garmin Auto Capture is, basically what Garmin Auto Capture is it connects to your Garmin watch, and it will overlay information. It overlay like tracking, like jogging, running, exercise information, and I think GPS information as well. On your glasses for you. So that information will be displayed there as well. So you can do that on the glasses. Adjustable stabilization. So essentially what the stabilization does is when you're walking, it makes it look stable. It doesn't jostle around like your head does or like your body does when it's moving. So it's going to stabilize your footage. But these do that. The new ones are going to allow you to customize. Let me just turn my phone thing off. Sorry, you guys. I never have this on, but I don't have my watch on, so I turned that on. All right. So essentially, what this is going to do is going to allow you to crop the stabilization. Or adjust the stabilization, and what that does is a crop on the image. So essentially, right now, when stabilization takes hold, it crops in on the image, so you have a narrower field of view. And once you have a narrower field of view, obviously you see less. What this is going to allow you to do is say, okay, well, I want a wider field of view, even though the stabilization is on. When you go wider, you'll still have stabilization, but it won't be as good as the stabilization is when it's cropped into a tighter shot. So you will be able to adjust that. Like if you're just walking and you want a wider shot, you don't need a lot of stab, then you can adjust the stab to have a wider field of view. But if you're like running, right? If you're like doing something really active, then you might want to say, hey, I'll take the narrowest field of view I can for the best stabilization. So you'll be able to control that. So I think that's an awesome little feature for the new, the upgraded Meta Ray-Ban. So essentially, bigger battery and better camera. Those are the two upgrades for the baseline Meta Ray-Bans. What do we think? Are you guys interested in this baseline set of Meta Ray-Bans here? Dr. Ling says, I remember seeing a Ray-Bans video and remember an uncanny valley vibe. I think due to stabilization algorithm. Probably, yeah. I hope that it's gotten better. I mean, you can always make stabilization better because the techniques they use to make stabilization work good usually degrades the video quality, right? So, and there's a mix there. So hopefully they get to a point to where they can make the video quality still look really good but have really good stabilization. Whoever cracks that code is going to get, they're going to make boatloads of money. So whoever cracks that code is going to be rich. If they're not already even richer than they were before. Matic Auto. Okay, smoke some, no doubt. I guess. If you got them, might as well smoke them, no doubt. That's a military thing. That's the thing we say in the military. Smoke them if you got them. But yeah, Matic, you must be military. And I think that's it for that. So let's go back to the Meta Ray-Bans here. Now, the next set of glasses we have up here is going to be the Meta Oakley Vanguards. Now, this right here is what I'm super interested in. I mean, supremely interested comes next. I'm super interested in this, though. I want this. So this is crazy. So I want two pairs of Meta glasses now. I got to have these. And then I gotta have the pair that we're gonna talk about next, okay? But I gotta have these. This is the perfect one wheel accessory. This is the perfect like pickleball, one wheel, disc golf. This is the perfect accessory for all of that. So I'm looking forward to grabbing a pair of these for a few reasons. And let's talk about the features of these pair of glasses. So the style, there's only one style for these, or there's multiple styles for the other brand. Tinted prism lenses on these. 3K resolution video, just like the second gen Meta Ray-Bans. Centered camera though. So that's one of the cool things about these is that the camera is going to be centered. What do we got here? We got the Garmin. So we'll talk about that Garmin as well. Welcome to the era of athletic intelligence. So 3K resolution, like I said, I don't care. Centered camera though, that's the thing. When me and Vladimir Kostic went to CES last year, one of the things that we saw a lot of, and that we went to a lot of these booths together, which we went to a lot of AI glasses booths. And one of the booths we went to was a booth called Mustard. And Mustard was the only AI glasses that were there that had a camera right in the center of the glasses. Me and Vlad were like, man, that's so awesome. That's how the camera should be. Because with the camera off to the side, it's not a good angle, right? Because it's off to the side, it's not really getting that first person view, right? It is because it's there, but it's not perfect. Putting it right in the center helps with so much. Firstly, it helps with your perspective. It keeps the angle right where you're looking at, which is perfect. And it helps with stabilization because it's right in the center of your whole body. So just being right in the center helps with balance, helps with jostling of the camera when you're moving about because it's centered. So a lot less stabilization has to go into the video footage, which, like we just talked about, helps the quality of the video footage the less you have to add stabe to it. So less stabe, better video quality. That's what this is going to bring. You won't have to use as much stabilization. So the video quality is going to be a little better on these, in my opinion, than the Meta Ray-Bans Generation 2. Dr. Lee says mustard. That's a... I wish I could have done that. I should have a mustard soundbite. But I do appreciate these glasses for what they're doing with putting the camera in the center. So moving on from that, Garmin Auto Capture, like what we just saw here. So the same Garmin Auto Capture that we saw on the second gen Meta Ray-Bans, they're going to bring that to here. So you will have the data that that the glasses are collecting. It'll be transferable to Garmin's app and vice versa with Meta's app. Adjustable, no, we don't have that for that. Loudspeakers. So these have louder speakers than what come in the normal Meta Ray-Ban Gen 2s. So bigger speakers. I think they said this gets up to 6 decibels. I'm not sure what the Meta Ray-Ban second gens get up to, but yeah, 6 decibels, pretty good. The field of view in the camera is wider as well. So center camera, which is going to be better, and the field of view is 122 degrees versus the 100 degrees field of view on the second gen Meta Ray-Bans. What else we have here? More eye protection. So, I mean, just by sheer physicality of the glasses, it's going to cover more of your eye for blocking out rays, right? Which is helpful to me. Also help blocking out wind. The biggest thing for me with glasses and being active is wind. My eyes water really quickly. And when wind gets in my eye, they start to water. I can't see as well. And when you're going 30 miles an hour on a one wheel down a mountain, you don't want tears in your eyes, right? These are going to help me keep the wind out of my eyes and the glare from a wider perspective out of my eye. Yeah, I love that. So this is going to be supremely helpful to me in my athletic life. What else we got here? Water resistant. So IP67. So to me, I mean, if you're going to be doing things like, okay, surfing, okay, these are going to be good for surfers. I mean, you're not going to be able to submerge these, right, and have them be okay. But IP67, pretty decent for water repellent protection. But yeah, good for surfing. Good for if you're like, I don't know, I would say sweat, but if you're sweating that bad, well, you need IP67 protection. You got other problems. but moving on here. Customizable action button. So they have an action button on here. So again, these glasses can be bigger and cover more of your eye, right? And they can be thicker than the normal glasses. And to me, that's the perfect ground for AI, because if you're an athletic person, you don't care about how thick the glasses are. Are they protecting you? Are they giving you the functionality that you need for doing the activity that you're doing? Yes, then you will make a lot of concessions with size in athletics for functionality, right? That's one of the beautiful things about these glasses here is they don't have to be made to a super slim size for athletes to get on board with them, because typically that doesn't matter to athletes, and making them bigger gives them more protection. All right, so they just nailed it with this, man. And I even said this before this launched. If they were to make athletic glasses, I would definitely go for a pair of these. They nailed it with this. They totally nailed it with this. Customizable action button. So there's an action button on the bottom of the frame that you can push and customize to do things like what you do with the action button on the iPhone and the Apple Watch Ultra, I think, which is start exercises. You can say, hey, when I push this button, start my timer for my 3-mile run, right? Those are going to be things you can do with this particular set of glasses. A 5 mic array. So we got 5 mics in this particular set of glasses. The battery is even improved over what the Meta Ray-Ban second gen has, which is the 8 hours. This improves that by an hour. You get 9 hours of, yeah, we're looking at some video footage here. You get 9 hours of use on these particular glasses, which is why this is a good shot of the Garmin auto capture. I think that that's huge. I think that them having the ability to have an extra hour, so you get 9 hours of battery on one charge with the glasses. That's, like I said, that's the beautiful thing about having glasses that are bigger, and bigger not being a problem for the people who would choose those bigger glasses, like athletes. You can do things like add extra battery life, right? And other useful tricks as well. 36 hours on the case though, so the case battery isn't as big as the Meta Ray-Ban 2nd gen, but the battery that's in the actual watch or glasses is bigger. They didn't say what aspect ratio we have here though. They didn't mention the aspect ratio. I mean, I know what the aspect ratio of the Meta Ray-Bans are. I would imagine the aspect ratio of this would be better than just for vertical viewing, but from these pictures that we're looking at right here in the video, they may just record vertically, right? That may be the aspect ratio, 19:6 or 9:16, kind of aspect ratio. We don't know. I don't know, but I'll do some digging to find out that aspect ratio. These are going to be the Vanguards are going to be $499. So I will be trading in my. Well, no, not these. This is just be an extra purchase for me, but I will be buying these to give you guys a heads up on how these work. I'm going to be doing a lot of videos about these on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see more stuff about this, I don't post over there a lot, but occasionally I get going and I'll get going on a post streak over there. But if you're interested in that, Roderick Wortham is the channel name. It's my name. So just go there on YouTube and you'll see One Wheel stuff. I need to change the name of that channel to something different than my name, but moving on. No prescription lenses for these glasses here, so you won't be able to get a pair of prescription lenses for these. And I think that's about it for the finer details on these glasses. What do we think, chat? Are we interested in these? Are you guys living an athletic life and do anything that would require you to have glasses like this? I only do a few things, like I said. I ride One Wheel, so this is going to be perfect for that, to keep the wind out of my eyes, most importantly, and to give me functionality for notifications and things like that without having to use my hands, and being able to take pictures and video without having to use my hands in case I have to use my hands to break my fall. They might come in handy for that. But what do we think, you guys? Going to the chat, we got, I hate these Oakley glasses, but I might have to get them, says Aaron. I've never liked that design, the wraparound design. But when I went to a Float Life event, which is a One Wheel festival, tons of people there had them. I still thought they were a little too abrasive for me, you know what I mean? But talking with them, I realized why they wore them. And it was for a lot of the same reasons I'm talking about now, which is wind and insects. So it keeps their eyes totally covered so insects don't get in their eyes. Like, I'm really worried about wind, but I thought, yeah, insects are a thing too. So that would be better protection for insects, because I've gotten insects in my eye, and it's that I remember getting an insect in my eye one time, and it must have stung me in my eye or something, or I don't know what it did to my eye, but it got into my eye when I was riding One Wheel. And typically when that happens to me, I just rub it, and I'll find bug fragments on my finger, like, oh, that was a bug, and I just killed it in my eye, and I wipe it off and keep going. But this one was different. I couldn't get this thing out of my eye. So it stayed there for a little while until I stopped and was like, okay, this is not coming out of my eye. I tried to get it out, got the bug out. But I realized the next day something had happened because I had a bump on the inside of my lower eyelid. Now, I don't suggest anyone do this, but what I ended up doing was, listen, I'm ex-military. I'm used to like patching myself up when I hurt myself in the field, and you don't have doctors and medics around to do these things for you. So I'm used to just finding some random stuff to do things with to get myself right. Okay, I got in military mode for a second. I took a needle, I popped a bump under my eyelid. Then I took some alcohol, held it on the inside of the eyelid. It burned my eyeball like crap. But I was also not medical, but also a biology major, so I know that alcohol won't ruin my eye. So I mean, it's gonna burn for a while, but you'll be all right. Just flush it. Anyway, I held it on there for a while. Then I flushed my eye. 2 days later, right as rain. Listen, I don't advise anyone do anything like what I just said there. None of that is safe. But if I had these glasses, I wouldn't have had to do that. That's the point, okay? That's the story. That's the moral to the story there. Let's get back. So, Actually, you know what? Let's go to the chat. My bad, chat. A-Train vibes, says Dr. Ling. A-Train. You let me know what that means. I agree, Aaron. I hate them, but function over fashion when I'm doing activities that I want to capture. Yes, eInk. That's how I feel about them now. I feel like these are less abrasive than I felt like they were when I was seeing my fellow one-wheelers wearing them. Because I know those dudes, A. But when I saw little, and I know how like, what word can I use? I can't use that word on live. You know what? I'm not going to use anything at all. We'll move on. I know those guys. So let's leave it at that. But when I saw little kids wearing these at the Little League World Series, they softened them up for me. I'm like, if little kids are making them look cute, little cute kids walking around with little cute glasses on, make it look like little major leaguers, you know what I'm saying, out there. I'm like, you know what? I like them. Now I like them. So now they aren't so abrasive to me because after seeing little kids, after you see a little girl and boy playing baseball wearing these glasses and they're smiling, laughing it up, having fun, high-fiving their teammates doing this on first base. What's not to like about these glasses after that? So anyway, that's I'm sorry you had to witness that, chat. My bad. Priority order should be look good, feel good, play good. Bam! If you look good, you definitely play good. And if you're playing good, you're definitely feeling good, bruh. Period. See, the thing is, the little kids have made this cool for me. Seeing dudes my age wearing them it's like super abrasive. But after seeing some little kids where I'm like, little kids think this is cool. And the little kids soften the look up for me. I like them now. It's all about perspective. I loved it. I like them. I like the athletic life cycling mostly, but I don't record it, so it's not for me. No doubt, The Rock. No doubt. No prescription lenses, bummer. Yeah, that's what I thought too, eInk. No prescription lenses. Super bummed out. Getting prescriptions for wraparounds would be near impossible. Yeah, that's why I wasn't too crazy. I wasn't too like hard on them, on my opinion, for them not having prescriptions, because I understand the logistics and what would need to go into that, right? But you could just make one portion of a prescription, right? I mean, still, I get it. I get it. No prescription, I'm blind. I can't get those now. LOL. I get you, Aaron. Listen, I'm getting there, bruh. I'm getting there. All right, let's go to the next set of glasses we got here. Now, the next ones that we have to look at, and the ones that I'm most interested in, like I could take or leave the other ones, but these, oh, hold on. Did we talk about the price of those? Yeah, we did. We talked about the price of those. I want them, chat. eInk. Listen, these are gonna be crazy good. They got some features in here that I wanted to talk about for eInk, because she uses the AirPod Pro 2s for a particular reason, and these kind of cater to the audience of not just people who need help hearing, but they also help with people who need help seeing, because live transcription happens in these glasses, right? Matter of fact, it's so cool that you can just look at who you want it to transcribe the voice for, and it only transcribes the voice for the person you're looking at. I'm like, man, how cool is that? And amplifies that person's voice in the ear. Oh my goodness. I'm like, I gotta have these. All right, so chat, let's look at the stats here. Let's go to the specs. I want these right now. Meta, if you're listening and watching, I wear these every show, bruh. Send me a pair. Send me an early pair so I can be ready for the launch. You know what I'm saying? Don't leave me out. Moving on. Other people can't see the display, which is one of the things that I like about this, you won't see that in any other pair of glasses. Any other glasses that have a screen in them, you will be able to tell because you will see that blue square, that telltale sign that there's a screen in the glasses. From my understanding, I've seen a couple reviews. Everyone was like, I'm surprised no one could see that there was a lens in these pair of glasses that was looking at me. They didn't know that I was reading something because there was nothing there indicating that there was anything there on the other side. Brilliant. So one thing that makes that work is the fact that these are transition lenses. So you can't buy these without the lenses being transitioned. That's one of the functionalities that helps it stay visible. Now, moving on. Folding charging case. That's one of the biggest gripes I had with these is that when I take these somewhere, what am I going to do with the freaking case? I'm riding a one wheel. I'm not throwing a case in my pocket. So now I have to go with these. And if I'm going longer and recording more than what I thought I would record, I don't have a way to recharge them to like wear again once I'm stopping or whatever. This new case, let's take a look. Holy cow. Let's take a look, chat. This new case. Oh, do we see it? They don't show the case. That is so crazy they don't show the case. I saw the case in a few videos. Chat, the case folds down into a flat structure. Like you can unfold a box, right? Okay, whatever. So I can't find a picture of that. They don't have it here, which is a huge misstep in my opinion. They should show that case. That's a selling feature for anybody that gets outside with these things. And why the active pair isn't collapsible? There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. A collapsible case. Why the active pair of glasses aren't collapsible? I don't know. But man, that's a killer feature for me. That's a killer feature for me. All right. Folding case, 6 hours of mixed use. So this gets 6 hours of use. So that's less than the 8 hours you get on the second gen. More than you get on these though. So I'll take it. 6 mic array. So one extra mic than what you get on the sports pair. 4-way touch, which is the only pair that they make with the 4-way touch on the side here. This is just 2-way touch. Those are going to be 4-way, up, down, left, and right. Awesome. No Garmin support on these though. So the Garmin support we saw on the other pair, you don't get on these. The battery, like I said, is going to be 6 hours for the actual glasses, 24 hours for the case. So 2 more hours than I get on this. And I think that the same amount I get in the case. So it's still an upgrade for me. So going from these to the display would be an upgrade for me. I love it. All right, let's talk about the camera. Let's talk about the camera real quick. 3 times zoom on the camera here, which is awesome. There's no zoom on these right here. So these will have and there's no zoom on the second gen pair of Meta Ray-Bans, but these will have a zoom for the camera. Crazy nice. 30 frames a second, 1080p. So this caps out at 1080p, 30 frames a second. Whereas the Meta Ray-Ban second generation, they will do 60 frames a second at 1080p, and they will do 30 frames a second at 3K. These glasses right here don't have 3K at all. So they have the same cameras as these essentially does right here. But these can do 60 frames a second. Those other ones won't. Now, I've never done 60 frames a second on these, so whatever. And I'll be getting the athletic pair. And 60 frames a second, you only need if you're doing motion, right? Because it makes motion seem more fluid than 30 frames a second. So you only need 60 frames a second if you're really being active, right? And I'll reserve that for the active glasses. I don't need 60 frames a second on glasses I'm just going to be wearing like defaultly, not really doing much, right? Still though, I would have liked to see this. I like to see parity on the cameras, but I'll take that hit. So cameras aren't as good as the other ones. Display is viewable in the sunlight. So you can see the heads up display in the sunlight. That display is 5,000 nits. There are no cell phones on the market that are 5,000 nits, people. Okay, so this is way brighter than what your cell phone can get. So you're going to be able to view this in direct sunlight. No problem. You get video capture preview through the display. So if you're doing video capture on your glasses, on the phone, you can see that on the display. It also is a viewfinder for your phone. Man, listen, I gotta have these, chat. I gotta have them. What else we got? Turn-by-turn navigation shows up in the screen here. So you get turn-by-turn navigation in the screen. Can understand whispering, which these can understand whispering too. I think I might have mentioned that on a live. You can whisper to these, and I had to do that one day. Let me tell you guys a story. I I was at this going to the corner store one day. I saw some crazy stuff happening by the corner store. I go to put my phone up to record what's happening because I know the store owner and I'm trying to record to protect him, you know, in case he needs my video to show the police or whatever. Like, I'm recording. The dude looks at me and says, "Yo, put your phone down. What you recording for?" What this dummy didn't know. And listen, at that time, I when I'm unprotected, I don't start no trouble. What you recording for? Put your phone down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm putting the phone down right now, sir. Listen, I don't want no smoke when I'm not ready for it, period. So all he got from me was a yes, sir. Bruh, I live in Philadelphia. All of Philly is the hood. No, I'm just joking with that. But no, I do live in the hood, but that was a situation that was uncommon, right? Which is why I was recording it, because that kind of stuff just doesn't happen in this area. So anyway, yeah, Philly does equal the hood, bro. I don't know. Yeah, that Philly is the hood. It's Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. So anyway, so I whispered to my metas. I was like, "Hey, Meta, record." So I was still able to record with the Meta Ray-Bans looking right at these dummies. It was glorious. Glorious. Anyway, moving on. So whispering works on the Meta Ray-Bans. Whispering works because I literally whispered, literally under my breath, and was like, "Hey, Meta, record." They're off now, so it doesn't hear me, but you get the point. The OG hood, absolutely. But I love Philadelphia. Listen, Philadelphia may be the hood of the United States, but it's still the birthplace of the nation, and it's still in here. Philly all day, every day. I love this place, and it's the most green major city in the United States, without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, so moving on. I love these glasses. No, let's go on to some other aspects of here. Turn-by-turn navigation, which I think we got into. I don't know the aspect ratio. I think the aspect ratio that it records in is still going to be the 9:16, the vertical aspect ratio. No adjustable stabilization like the other pair of glasses that we talked about. So you can't adjust the stab to get a wider field of view or a narrower field of view for better stab. Now let's talk about this wristband right here. The neural wristband. This neural wristband is psychic. This is where we should go. This is how... I got one problem with this thing, and we'll talk about that. There's only one way they can make this thing better. We'll talk about it in a second. So, recognizes handwriting. So this thing, it can recognize... Oh, where are we at? It can recognize you wanting to write. So if I write my name, Rod, in the air, it will know that I wrote Rod. What? Handwriting. It recognizes it. And you can send text messages handwriting on any surface, like you have a pen in your hand, but you don't. What? Chat. What is going on here? Neural wristband can sense motions before they happen. It's psychic. It can sense brain impulses before the impulse makes your muscle move. It's predictive. We talked about this on a previous live too. I heard it then, but seeing it and hearing someone actually talk about it was crazy. Change volume by turning your wrist. Check it. So I don't know if you guys ever saw this. Actually, we'll go to this camera angle. I don't know if you guys ever saw this, but back in the day, Google bought a technology called Stylii from a company. I forgot what the name of the company was who invented Stylii. But Stylii was basically sonar. And they put it in the Pixel 4. Matter of fact, can we find this? Pixel 4 Stylii. So they put Stylii in the Pixel 4. Now let me show you let me show you what this thing was capable of doing, chat. This is what I thought of when I saw this wristband working. I'm like, this is Project Stylii without the camera. So here we go. Solely was a sensor inside of the Pixel 4. So we're at Solely radar chip. So you can see it. So you can see the Solely radar chip right here. And this is the Pixel 4 camera phone right here. So inside the Pixel 4, you had this Solely radar chip, and it was a sonar radar chip. Okay. And what it would do, can we see? I wonder if it'll show us examples of this. Okay, here we go. This is so impressive. Check this out, chat. What? It's private? Chat. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I can find the video. Demo video. So we're going to see if we can find, oh, there we go. Project Solely demo video. Here we go.
My name is Ivan Pubarev.
This is a 3-minute video, and we don't have 3 minutes to watch this, but hold on. Let me get the headphones. So chat, this is what I initially thought of when I saw this wristband here working in action at the event. What do we got here? I thought of Project Solely because of how Project Solely works with your fingers and how it could just magically sense what was happening. And this is what this wristband does. So let's check this out real quick.
My name is Ivan Pubarev, and I work for Advanced Technology and Projects Group at Google. The hand is the ultimate input device. It's extremely precise, it's extremely fast, and it's very natural for us to use it, right? Capturing the possibilities of human hand was one of my passions. How can we take this incredible capability, finesse of human actions, or finesse of using our hand, but apply it to the virtual world? We use radio frequency spectrum, which is radars, to track human hand.
So they're using radar to track what your hand is doing and sends those signals as input to a computer.
We're using them to track micro motions, twitches of human hands.
You can imagine, so you see how this works, and it's translating those. There we go. You see how it's controlling what's happening here?
Our team is focused on taking radar hardware and turning it into a gesture sensor. Radar is a technology which...
So that was Project Solely, right? You could turn your fingers to turn the volume. You could do things like that to swipe, to change the track. You could do things like that in the air to pick things. It was awesome. It didn't work perfectly on the Pixel like they wanted it to, but it was an awesome technology, and I had that phone. It was a really magical technology that just didn't work for Google, right? Google tries a lot of things, but it just didn't work for Google. Now, that's what I thought of when I saw this. Radar equal high frequency sonar. Oh, okay, there we go. Good thing, Dr. Ling. Dr. Durock says, careful recording that kind of stuff in public. PA is an all-party consent state for recording conversations. Recording what kind of stuff? Let me know. What are we talking about, Durock? Just general recording? I record all the time in Philadelphia. But if you know something I don't, you let me know. But here we go. So this wristband right here does a lot of what I saw Project Solely doing, right? With just it being able to sense you doing things like this and tapping and doing this, right? It can do that, and it does it predictively because of impulses. So what else we got here? Game changer, twist, swirl, tap, all those motions will be input methods for the glasses. And I would imagine this could apply to other electronics as well, and I hope that it does. The neural band needs to be a watch in my personality. So in my opinion, I think that's the only thing that would make this wristband better is them turning it into a watch. So even if you don't have the glasses on, the wristband serves a purpose. You guys let me know what you think. All right, what else we got here? In-lens display. So talking about the in-lens display. I don't know the resolution of the in-lens display. They don't really say that here. But I do know that the nits and the brightness is 5,000 nits, so incredibly bright for you to be able to see in sunlight. What else we got here? What do you guys think? Are we interested in this kind of thing? Actually, we can leave this playing here. Are we interested in this kind of thing? Gotta piece out to talk in the new sonar algorithms. I got a piece to go to a talk on new sonar algorithms. Oh, no doubt, Dr. Ling. Only when there's reasonable expectations of privacy, says Mr. Mike, about the consent, all parties consent. Usually recording in public is okay, but like the case where you trying to help out a shop owner might get in trouble. Oh, the all parties consent thing. I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, I mean, the thing with that is this. For me, in that kind of situation to where I was recording for the shop owner, that's always acceptable if the law is being broken. So the person being recorded doesn't have rights if they're breaking the law, right? So that law doesn't pertain to that situation. Like once you start breaking a crime, all bets are off. Like I can record someone breaking into someone's house even if they don't consent to me recording them doing it because they're breaking the law. So it depends on what someone's doing. In that case, I would have been A-okay recording that and posting it because that dude was breaking the law. He would have no rights in that situation. And Mr. Mike says there's no reasonable expectation of privacy in a store or in public for that matter. There shouldn't be an expectation of privacy in public, but through any event, like I said, all bets are off once you're breaking the law. So if I don't care what the rules are for recording, if someone's breaking the law, that doesn't matter anymore because you recording is justified at that point. But anyway, moving on to the other aspect of this. Do we want this, chat? Are we excited about this one over the sporty ones? I want both. I want the sporty ones and I want the display. The display would be my all-the-time glasses. The ones I wear all the time. The sporty ones would be what I wear when I go outside and I'm riding one wheel. Pickleball, you know what I'm saying? Disc golf, those things. That's what I'll be wearing for that. But I want these so bad, chat. I think, like I've always thought that wearable AI should be glasses, and that was the best form factor for wearable AI. This just proves that for me. You're using it in conjunction with a wristband for input. Brilliant. Beautiful. And it works. Like people were so happy with this that reviewers were saying things like, I never expected it to work well. I went into it not expecting it to work well, and it worked so good that they just forgot that they were demoing something. That's how intuitive the system was and how well it worked. I'm super interested in this. I want it. Super interested in it, and I definitely want it. How many? Oh, there we go. 12. We're good to go. I'm really excited about this, and I do hope it takes off. Duroc says, just looked it up. In multi-party consent states, need consent even when law is being broken, would probably require a warrant otherwise. What? Consent even when a law is being broken would probably. That's crazy. That is true, Rod. We deal with this in real estate and recording devices being in homes. Well, I think that there's all right. So, Mr. Mike and Duroc, I think that there's nuances here. Okay, I think I think there's a world where we're all right in this particular situation, because I happen to know for a fact that if I record someone breaking the law, I can use that in court. I don't need a warrant for that. Case in point, a recording someone throwing trash out of their window was used in court here in Philadelphia. And I know that because I researched it because of what I was going through at one time. And that didn't have to be, well, maybe they did need it. Maybe they did have to subpoena that. The person recording it didn't have to do anything special. But I guess in order for it to be used in court, that could be the thing, because the person recorded didn't get in trouble for recording the trash being thrown out. But maybe the court needed permission to use that. Because I know for certain that like if I recorded someone breaking into a store, this is a topic for another show. This is a topic for another show. But I do think there's a world where we're all correct. I think that this is a very nuanced conversation that a lot of stipulations apply to different situations, if that makes sense. Yeah, just saying, be careful. Absolutely, The Rock. Absolutely. For me, I would never post things like that. Like even on my socials, I wouldn't do it because that could get you in trouble. I would only use video like that if someone says, hey, if something happened and the guy was like, hey, I could use proof of this, that, and the third. That would be a thing. Jay, how's it going? But yeah, those are my takes on the Meta Ray-Bans. I really do think that they're awesome. I want at least 2 of them. I'm going to be selling these to get those displays for sure. And I'll just have to have 2 pair of Meta glasses because I want those athletic ones as well. 100%. My brother's going to be so mad he brought the clear Metas. You know what? No, maybe not, because they're collector's items and they have a number on them. So he could always probably recoup his money that way. Big up to Mr. Larry Goodman. In a public space, it's okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, very nuanced conversation about where you can record even in dual consent states. So, I guess it's always right. Or to me, it's like this. Don't post what you secretly record, even if you're in public, unless you have consent. That keeps you out of any trouble. Because if you just record it and you never post it anywhere, who knows? Nobody. So you're not breaking the law. But now when you post it, that's a different story now. You know what I mean? I would never post anything like that. I would only use that for someone to further their case. But thank you, The Rock. It's definitely important to know. And like I said, like The Rock says here, just saying, be careful. So even though we don't know the specifics, just be careful, everybody. Use common sense. That's the moral of the story here. If we allow someone to view, we're going in on this. Yeah, I gotta go on from that conversation, you guys. But like I said, The Rock summed it up perfectly. Be careful. Just be careful. What else we got here? I think that's all for the Meta stuff here. iPhone 17 launches tomorrow, everyone. So if you got your pre-orders, let me know what you think when you get your phone in. I know Aaron says he ordered some. Owen, I'm not sure if Owen, I know Owen probably ordered some as well. If you see this, Owen, let me stop by tomorrow. Let me know what you think about the phone that you got, or whenever you guys get your phones. I'm not sure how they arrive, whether you get those in the mail or if you're going to the store to pick those up. But it would be super cool for some people in the chat to have iPhones and give me their firsthand opinion and what they think on the show. That would be great. What else? Lyft partnering with Wamo. So we got Lyft partnering with Wamo. They're coming to Nashville next year. So I thought that was a pretty decent tidbit of information there. But other than that, I think we're done with the tech news. Jay says, these things are basically creating a new paradigm of privacy. We are not ready as a society for this level of surveillance by everyday citizens. Whether we're ready for it or not, it's here. It's here. I think every pair of glasses are going to be, I don't wear glasses, but I wear these because I like the functionality. People that wear glasses wear them. People who don't wear glasses wear them. I think this is going to be a thing that continues. And Meta, they're the only ones who saw it. Glasses is the way to go. Who did, they saw it. And not only did they see the future in this, they partnered with people because they realized and they understood how bad aesthetics work, or how much aesthetics mean to people. So this is something I've been wanting to say for a while. I didn't know how to come out and say it about the wearable IA landscape. Because somebody didn't think about it until I saw a podcast this morning about this topic. So wearables are different than your phone, right? I think every wearable before the glasses, not even the glasses, before Meta, because Meta is the only one who saw this. Before Meta partnered with Rayban for AI wearables, AI wearables were just they didn't make them aesthetically pleasing. The AI pen, the humane AI pen, looked like a piece of trash. I mean, they tried to design it well, but it just wasn't. The the handheld AI thing. What is that thing called? The bright orange, the Teen Design one. I forgot what that organization is called. Teen Design or Teen Tech Design or 16-year-old design. I don't know what they call it, but it's trash. The rabbit, the R1 rabbit, looked like garbage. Meta understood if they're going to make a wearable, it needs to be aesthetically pleasing, and people here like, and I say this about this device right here all the time. I say that about this device all the time. This is the most aesthetically pleasing e-ink device on the market, and people discount the power of being aesthetically pleasing. Meta got it right with the Meta Ray-Bans because they partnered with a company who had already mastered the aesthetics of glasses. Ray-Bans were cool like a long time ago. Ray-Ban's been cool for decades. Ray-Ban cracked the code of wearables, or not wearables. Ray-Ban cracked the code of glasses a long time ago. Meta just partnered with someone who everyone already thought made cool looking glasses. And why does cool looking glasses matter? Well, if you want people to wear them who don't need glasses, they probably should look pretty cool. Because wearables need to look aesthetically pleasing. It's a part of your outfit. You see what I'm saying? That makes wearables different than a cell phone. A cell phone can be a brick. It could be a candy bar with no pleasing aesthetics on it at all. You're throwing a case on it, you put it in your pocket. Who cares? I mean, I care. But generally speaking, who cares? But a wearable, whether it's on your shirt, whether it's the necklace with the AI pen necklace, whether it's the glasses that you put on your face, they have to have some sort of style and cosmetic appeal to them. Because once you throw it on you, once you're wearing it, it becomes a part of your outfit. It becomes a part of who you are because your outfit is who you are. Listen, and you don't believe me, your outfit says 10 things about you before you open your mouth. You know what I'm saying? What you're wearing talks about you before you get a chance to do it yourself. That's a real thing. So a wearable is something you wear. It's on you. It's a part of your outfit. It has to be cosmetically pleasing. Period. Meta understood that. They understood the mission. They partnered with Ray-Ban, a company who everyone already says or thinks, not everyone, but the majority of people agree that Ray-Ban makes a really aesthetically pleasing, stylish lots of pairs of glasses. They're world renowned for making stylish glasses. So when you partner with someone who's already making things look good and you put some functionality in there, it's a hit. That's how I feel about it. That's my take on that. So that's why wearables are different than your phone. Your phone doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing. It helps. This has to be aesthetically pleasing for you to wear it. And if they weren't Ray-Bans, I wouldn't have cared. Period. I mean, that's my honest opinion. I wouldn't have cared at all. If Meta had partnered with, say they had partnered with Warby Parker first, I would have been like, what? Who cares? Who cares if you partner? I mean, Warby Parker is known in the glasses game, but they ain't exactly known as the most stylish pair of glass maker. Ray-Ban is, though. You see what I'm saying? That was a huge part of why they took off to me. I think that came from the chat. Oh, snap. Thank you. I appreciate the, was it super thanks? Thank you. I appreciate that. You guys let me know how you feel about the air horns. I couldn't hear the air horns when I rewatched the live yesterday. Do we hear the air horns now? Or are they too loud? You guys let me know. You guys let me know. Pathetically pleasing means everything to me. Aesthetically pleasing. Well, aesthetically pleasing is good. And that's the thing with the remove, right? The remove is aesthetically pleasing. It's a device you're going to be taking outside. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think they made the right move about that in most cases when it comes to aesthetics. If you make it aesthetically pleasing, I mean, that only helps. That only helps. Mitchell, how's it going? Thanks for joining. So Luxica is going to own the AI glasses space. As long as they're partnering with Meta, that might be the case, Mitchell. I mean, they're partnering with Meta because Luxica is the company that owns Prada. They own, do they own Rayban? And Oakley too? If anything, the air horns are usually too quiet to hear. Thank you. I raised them up a little bit, so I hope that helps. Yeah, Mitchell, does I know Luxica owns Prada, probably Oakley, but I didn't know they owned Rayban. Let me know. Let's look that up real quick. Does Oh yeah, so yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Mitchell, you're correct. Luxica is going to own AI glasses. They own AI glass space. Period. Yep. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mitchell. When you're right, bro. And what do we think about that? Do we have feelings about that? Are we okay with that? I'm okay with that. I think. I think I'm okay with that because as long as they're making deals with people who make aesthetically pleasing glasses, I think it's okay. But yeah, you're right. Luxottica is going to own the AI glasses space for now. But Warby Parker is partnering with Google though. So though I said I wouldn't have cared if Warby Parker had partnered with Meta, I do care that Google partnered with Meta because I'm already in Google's ecosystem. So if Google made a pair of glasses, I would almost have to try them at the very least. Because I don't want Meta's AI. I would only, you know what? Meta's AI would be the only AI I use by simple fact that it'll be the one in the glasses that I have on all the time. Not because I prefer Meta's AI over Gemini, because I prefer Gemini over everything. Big up to Gemini and Cliff. But I would use Meta AI right now the most because I would be wearing the display glasses, and when I'm outside, I'd be wearing the I forgot what they're called now, the Vanguards, and they both have Meta AI, so I'd be talking to Meta AI most of the time. Ooh, groovy, yay capitalism. What's up, Buck? Mr. Mike says, and Essilor, different companies, different glasses maybe. Brian Friedman, how's it going, Brian? They also market Nuance audio glasses. Ooh, man, Luxottica owns everything. I just go to $39glasses.com. Are you still using the Move a lot, says Alex? Absolutely. Every day. Like, I hate to say this, chat. Hold on. Oh, I didn't need to move. I hate to say this, chat. I hate to say it. Listen, I saw that eInk was selling her Supernote devices the other day, and it made me think. I'm like, wow, man. If eInk is selling her Supernote devices, that's saying something. That was huge. That was huge to me. So, then I started contemplating my use of the Supernote, and I always say, this is my daily driver. I use it the most. That may still be true. But you know what device I'm writing on mostly these days? This thing, right now, the only thing I'm using the Nomad for on a religious basis is the to-do list now. And when I go to organize my thoughts, I still use the Nomad. So it's still my second brain. But the device I'm using most right now, lately, just to jot down something quick and then when I thought about that, I thought they reminded me of what eInk said, and I'm like, is the tide changing? Does size matter that much? Does build quality matter that much? Maybe it does. Maybe it does, chat. Maybe it does. I'm a Gemini, says Mike. Me too. I'm not. I'm a Libra, but I'm a Gemini. BM says, can Nikon do this? I like their quality lenses. Listen, Nikon. No, that's what I'm about to say. Nikon takes the most, has the most Pulitzer Prize wins under its belt, but that's not true. That would be Olympic. I don't know what Nikon's known for. I've never used a Nikon. I'm a straight Sony dude here. I picked Sony from the start, and I got lucky by picking a winner because I can't imagine going to another system right now. Mitchell says, my replacement move arrives today. Swap due to multiple black stuck pixels. I'm doing that to my Paper Pro. And you know what else I'm going to say when I send that Paper Pro in? I'm like, listen, if you swap me out for one that has the screen that the Move has, I'd be forever grateful. Mr. Mike says, at eInk, that is unacceptable. That's what I thought too. I'm like, eInk, what? Are you serious? Alex says, like Tupac said, Thug Life, I'm buying it. Jay says, that's wild to me. eInk, I do wish that the Remove had OTG drive support though. Absolutely. There's room for improvement with the Remarkable operating system, okay? But the upside is so huge. And why is the upside so huge? Because the screen is fantastic. This screen is just, it makes you want to write on it. Your writing looks good. The colors look good. The background is not yellow. It's nice and bright. Oh my goodness, you guys. Everyone, check it out. I got a hot take to make. This now is the best screen in eInk. Period. I took the glasses off. Okay, I threw this and the mic in. Okay, mic drop. Color. Phenomenal. Background. Brighter than the Note Air 4C. Brighter than it may not be brighter than the Remarkable. Actually, it's not brighter than the Remarkable. Slightly. Not as bright. But it looks brighter because the color is more accurate, so more close to white than what the Remarkable is with that yellow. Listen, if you don't believe me, name another device with a better screen, okay? If you don't agree with that statement, name another device with a better screen. You can crap on the operating system all day. I'll join you. But you can't, the screen? Chill out. Chill all the way out on that one. Listen, I'm about to use the term the kids are using these days. That screen got Riz. Listen, I might rename the show today. The Remove got Riz, yo. The Remove has mad Riz. The Remove got Riz coming out of the wazoo. How is this screen better than the Viwoods? Well, first of all, it's not color. That's the first. That's the first thing. So, I mean, not that you need color, but if we're talking about how is it better, yeah, it don't got color for one. And the color on this thing is the Riz Move. Good one, Mitchell. Listen, Mitch, adding some value to the show. I appreciate you. The Riz Move. The Remove got Riz, man. Big Riz. But yeah, so yeah, color's one thing. That's how it beats the Viwoods in color. How the strokes look on here? Chill. What? Jay, you gotta try it, bruh. You gotta try it, Jay. Listen, Jay. If you try this, And you still believe that the writing on this, the strokes, the way they look, the way it handles it, everything. If you think that it doesn't look better on here after trying it, I'll concede, bro. I'll retort every comment I have about it. I'll retort on everything. The screen is just better. Now, I'm talking about visuals now, okay? We're not talking about feel. The Viwoods still has the best feel, okay? And it still has the brightest screen. We're not talking about individual things here. This is just an overall take. The screen as an overall thing. I don't think there's nothing that comes close. It beats the Remarkable Paper Pro. It beats the Viwoods by sheer. All right, so to me it beats any black and white display just because of how good it looks. It looks really good. Okay, it does look really good. And on top of that, it has color, and the color looks really good. The color is improved over the Remarkable Paper Pro. And if you ask me, the colors on the Remarkable Paper Pro were better than the colors on the Note Air 4C. And the Note Air 4C, to me, was the best color device that I have. I haven't tested the Tab XC. I hear the Tab XC colors are phenomenal. I don't think they're going to touch the Remarkable, the Remove, though. The Riz Move. I don't think it's going to be touching that. It's still Kaleido. And in my mind, Kaleido, the only advantage Kaleido had over Gallery 3 to me were the blacks. Now that the black on here is black enough to where you'd have to do some real investigating, some real pixel sleuthing, some real pixel peeping to see the difference, because there is a difference. This isn't pure black. But it looks pure black compared to the Remarkable Paper Pro, which to me is good enough. They do a good enough job to come across as black. That was the only drawback I had against the Gallery 3 and the Paper Pro was the blacks. Can you show how the blacks look compared? Yeah, I did that live. You know what, you guys? I'm going to do this again here. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys the difference between the blacks on the Remarkable Paper Pro, the Remove, and the Remarkable 2. The Remarkable 2 does true black because it's the black and white device. The Paper Pro, nasty. The Remove, nice. Let's check it out. I did this before on a live, but my lives don't get the exposure they deserve, man. I need to start cutting those sections out of the live, making their own videos. I'll kill it if I did that. My content would be up if I did that. The lives they're not available for me to download right away, and I can't record them while I'm doing the live stream. And when I try to get them from YouTube, it's like I can't get them to the next day, and I'm like, oh, my motivation is gone. I'll be right back. No, it's on the whiteboard. Is it? Can we do this? Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull up. Actually, I'm going to turn all of them off. We're just going to look at the bam, bam. Hold on, let's get this set up. Oh boy. Oh, Chad, I can't. It's not gonna. Should I do it like this? Oh, hold on, Chad. Let me get this set up. How should we do this? We got the Remarkable Paper Pro here. We got the Remove here. And then we got the Remarkable 2. So let's zoom down so we can see the difference in the color and all of that. Which, man, I did a live and the colors, you could tell immediately the difference in the colors. Not so much right here, you guys. Let me back up a little bit. I'm gonna have to go to that live stream and pull that video out of that live, because I realized in natural sunlight it looked so much better than what I recorded under the studio lights. But let's just compare. So this is actual black right here. You know what? Can we get down some more? Let's get down some more. Oh, we can see the difference. Okay, yeah, we can see the difference. So you can see this is black right here. This is like blue, right? By comparison. Let's not look at the remove right now. So this is like blue in comparison, right, to this. You can clearly see that this is black and that's blue. But that's blue on the Paper Pro. You can't get any darker than that for black on the Paper Pro. That's what their black is, but it's actually blue. Now, here's the remove compared to the Remarkable Paper Pro here. So the Remarkable Paper Pro, you can see the remove looks black compared to the Remarkable Paper Pro. But even the remove isn't black. It's just a darker blue. But it's a darker blue than you can produce on the Remarkable Paper Pro that's right here. So the blacks on here are just better. So we'll turn these on too, but then let's compare the black on the Remarkable 2, which is right here. This is actual black, to the Paper Pro. So compared to the Paper Pro, like you can see that it's not like black. It ain't blue like the Remarkable Paper. This is the remove right here. It ain't blue like the Remarkable Paper Pro is, but it's not black like this, right? So I thought that this was black when I first saw it because it looked so much better than the Paper Pro. But when I compared it to the Remarkable 2, I realized, okay, this isn't black. It's actually just a darker blue. But if you're just looking at it, not comparing it to the Remarkable 2, it looks black. It don't look blue like the Remarkable Paper Pro does. That just looks blue. Like you can't even fool anybody with that, even if it's not compared to anything that's black. Does that make sense, you guys? Dude, the Remarkable screen, the remove screen is the best screen in eInk, Jay. I'm telling you. I guarantee, bro, if you try this screen, you will agree. I know you would agree. Just from the talks we've had about eInk and how we feel about screens, we feel very similarly about screens in eInk. And I'm telling you, you would love this remove screen. It is the best screen in eInk. It destroys the Remarkable Paper Pro screen. To me, the colors on it, it destroys. Listen, the remove destroys it destroys the Note Air 4C, and the Note Air 4C, like I said, is the best color device that I have. I got too many metal devices laying right here. I got to put these things back on the board over here. Hold on, you guys. Actually, no, let me leave these here for a second. Let me organize them so I'm not breaking anything. Okay, there we go. All right. Let's go to the chat real quick. What do we got here? And the less flashing on Kaleido, but the contrast is so poor without front lighting. Yes, that's the point. I don't like using the front light. That to me almost defeats the purpose, unless I absolutely have to. If I can get away with using it without it, I want to use it without a front light. Now, the remove screen is just so good. It's brighter, right? We already saw that it's brighter than the Remarkable Paper Pro, right? So just looking at it, you can see the remove right here against the Remarkable Paper Pro. Now it looks brighter, but it's not. The measurements don't bear that out. But it is more closer to white than the Remarkable Paper Pro, so it doesn't have that yellow hue that the Paper Pro does. But the resolution is higher as well, so you get a higher resolution on the remove than you do on the Paper Pro. Now, looking at the screen compared to the Note Air 4C, the remove is what do we got here? Matter of fact, let me pull up the stats from the site. Let's pull up the stats from the site here. Actually, I did a video with those numbers on there. Oh, no, my bad, you guys. The remove stats aren't on the website yet because I have to make a new article for the database because I don't want to mess up the data that's in that article already for brightness. But the remove is brighter and more color accurate than the Note Air 4C, screen background wise. So you can look at it here. the measurements bear out that it's brighter, and the measurements bear out that it's closer to white. So the screen is just all around better than the Note Air 4C. Now, writing feel, we're not talking about that. We're just talking about the display. This Kaleido 3 display that's in the Note Air 4C and the the Gallery 3 displays in the Note Air, or the Remarkable Paper Pro compared to the Gallery display that's in the Remove, it destroys both of those. The Remove destroys the Note Air 4C in display quality, and it destroys the Remarkable Paper Pro. And those are the two best color devices I have other than the Remove. And like I said, it's better than the Viwoods though, just because of color, and also how it looks. Like the Viwoods is higher PPI, but I'm just talking about the handwriting here. And I think that might even be a non-discernible thing. But I think it's 267 and 300 between the two devices. So that's a very minimal difference there. Probably discernible, but very minimal difference. What do we got in the chat? Mitchell says, I can tell that the Remarkable Paper Pro is blue from here. Yep, absolutely, Mitchell. Definitely blue. Hey, I think I can see it to be honest, but it would be better if you had a big field square. You want to? I can try a square. I can draw a square on both of them to show that. The yellow background though, and the move screen is very clearly a cut above the Remarkable Paper Pro. It is. Alex says 100 days warranty. Nothing to lose by it, guys. Absolutely, and that's a good point there. Listen, you don't lose anything for trying the Remarkable Paper Pro. After 100 days, you don't feel like it's worth it, you can get a refund. I think that's totally worth it. And I guarantee at least half of you will keep it. Half of you that didn't want to try it at first, if you do because of that warranty, half of you guys will keep it. Guaranteed. It's that good. The size is good. The screen is good. The writing feel is good. It ain't the best in my opinion, but it's good. Doesn't have the best pen, but it's good. Yeah. The design, chill out. Second to none. Even the Remarkable Paper Pro. I'm sorry. It's second only to the Remarkable Paper Pro. The design, and that's only because the Remarkable Paper Pro has a unibody design, which I mean, if you're picking two things and one has a unibody design and one does not, you go with the unibody. Okay, that's a rule of thumb. Okay, that's what you do. What else we got here in the chat? I write with a blue pen, wet blue black ink. Listen, I guess if you use blue pens, it works for you. I have a lifetime free Connect subscription because I was a Remarkable early adopter. What? If you got lifetime Connect, bro, you owe it to yourself to try to remove. What? Bruh. Jay. Try it, bro. You would not regret the decision, bro. I guarantee it. To me, this is the best screen eInk has to offer right now. For all that it does, for note taking, chill out. The Viwoods ceramic pen not out yet. No, this won't be out for a little while. It's not out yet. Alex is talking about the ceramic pen we talked about on yesterday's show from Viwoods. That's not out yet. Yeah, Gallery 3 is perfectly usable in normal lighting conditions without front light. Yeah, absolutely. Especially this one, because it's just brighter. There's more contrast on the Remove than there is on the Paper Pro. So that makes the Paper Pro almost like a different platform to me, man. It's that much better than that makes the Remove almost a different platform because it's so much better than the Remarkable Paper Pro. So much better. Size-wise, like if you're just getting into eInk, the Remarkable Paper Pro is an excellent device. If you're just getting into eInk, like I want a paper replacement to see what that's like. Like, yes, the Remarkable Paper Pro is an excellent device. The size is perfect for it. It's just something for you to write some things down on those, and it's not for professors trying to get dissertations done, or students trying to get dissertations done. It's not that, right? It ain't gonna do that for you. But it'll do a lot. Kaleido 3 is also usable with front light off in normal office lighting, but no one is ready for that conversation. Dude, Kaleido, I don't use the front light on Kaleido 3 even. I'm okay with, I use these things in direct sunlight or in like regular lighting situations. I don't have a problem with not using the front light. But I'm going to tell you this right now. The Gallery 3 screen and the Remove is better than the screen that's in the Note Air 4C, period. Kaleido can't match what Gallery 3 is doing right now. The only category Kaleido can match Gallery 3 in right now is the flickering, because, you know, that's just the Gallery 3 thing right now, and the blacks. I think the Remove solved the black problem, and it's only going to get better. Like, if they can just keep making the blue deeper, because right now, this is imperceivable from black if I'm just looking at it by itself. The Remarkable Paper Pro, it doesn't fool me at all, even if I'm looking at it by itself. It looks blue. This can fool me for being black. I even said that in the unboxing. Like, if it's not black, it's doing a good enough job, right, to do it, to fool me. And that's good enough for me. So the blacks isn't as big a thing as it was. So the real only advantage to Kaleido 3 over Gallery 3 right now is flashing. And to me, the only scenario that the flashing is a problem for me on this device right here, the only scenario where the flashing is a problem is if I'm drawing. If you're an artist using the eInk, go get the Note Air 4C and don't look back. Okay? Go get the Note Air 4C. If you're an artist wanting to use color in your drawings, go get the Note Air 4C. Don't look back. You won't regret it. If you're an artist looking at the Remarkable Paper Pro Move, unless you're a glutton for punishment, don't do it. The flashing will ruin your flow. It will ruin any kind of groove you're in because you have to wait for it. The colors have to drag. It's not a good experience. I'm not going to lie to you. Drawing on the Remarkable, even the Remarkable, any one of the Remarkable devices, to me, if you're drawing on them, you're on the wrong platform. Can you draw on it? Yes. Should you? Absolutely not. I don't even think people should be drawing on a Supernote. So don't listen to me. What do I know? But I don't think people should even be drawing on a Supernote platform. There are no drawing tools here. The only platform that has drawing tools is Onyx with the Books platform. That's why I say, if you're an artist, go get the Note Air 4C and never look back. Ignore everything everyone says after that. If you draw. But if you're taking notes and if you want your notes color coded, if you're reading PDFs and you want to see those PDFs in color, if you're reading, you can have comic books converted to PDF format or a format that fit the Remarkable Paper Pro Move and see it in color. If you are doing any of those things, yeah, this is the device you want right here. Anything else other than drawing, yes, this will help you. Once you start drawing, then it's time to go to this big boy right here. Okay. Then it's time to go to this one. Those are my thoughts on that. Is the Viwoods ceramic pen out? No. Collab 3 is also usable. Alex, no, and we have no ETA. Nope. Remarkable do things. Maybe someday. Yeah. The Remove is really a strange size. It's really too small for serious note taking, and it's big for a truly portable device. Try putting it in a pocket. You're right, DeRock. It's an awkward size. I will give it to you. But I say this all the time in defense of the size, right? It's the only size, it's as big as they could have made it and still fit in your hand decently, right? To me, it's the perfect size for it. Does it still fit in your hand comfortably? Yeah. And they made it small enough to where you could still write on it. So those were the two things in my mind. It's small enough to fit in your hand comfortably. Awkward size, but still small enough to fit in your hand comfortably. And just big enough for you to write on and don't feel cramped. Just big enough. I guarantee they did tons of research on different sizes of devices, and they settled on this one after doing research on finding that fine line between just big enough to write on, but small enough to still feel comfortable in the hand. I guarantee they were straddling that line and probably debating over that for a very long time. I actually like the Remove size a lot, but I also really like the Go 7 size. The Go 7 size was trash, man, in my opinion. It was squared off. What? Still mad they made the pen experience on that so mid. Yeah. To me, the form factor of the Go 7 for writing is just bleh. The Go 7 just made me want to vomit on it. I sent that thing back. I'm like, I can't even give you $200 for this piece of trash. BM, I am going to have to get a Remarkable Pro remove, and I am sold. Color lighting is a plus. Yes, BM. BM, if you got it, you be happy. Like to me, this is a really good combo. The Remarkable Paper Pro with the remove. They just need. Listen, I can't recommend this to nobody yet, though. Honestly, you know, I'm gonna say this to you guys right now. Nobody buy the Remarkable Paper Pro Move right now. Nobody buy this thing. Wait until they change the screen, because they are 100% going to start putting the screens that's in this device in this device. And when they do, that's when you buy this device. That's when this combo right here will be probably the go-to combo I recommend to anybody getting into eInk, unless you need extensive tools. Period. That's how good this screen is. It would change my mind about this piece of crap right here if it had this screen in it. I don't use this thing, but I use this every day. So just to throw that out there. No one bought the Remarkable Paper Pro Move yet. They're going to change that screen. When they do, go buy it. Then you buy it, because you don't want to get these yellow screens that they got in those machines right now. You don't want that. That's going to ruin your experience like it ruined mine. That screen ruined my Paper Pro experience. I didn't care about the premium build quality on the Remarkable Paper Pro after the bad screen experience, because I'm not taking that outside. No one's going to see me hold that in my hand. But they'll see me hold this. So this has got to be premium feeling and looking. So the premium quality of the Remarkable Paper Pro is good. Yeah. But it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me when the screen was so bad. The screen in this is excellent. It's excellent. Jay says, Mitchell, the XOVI ecosystem is one of the things that got me thinking about trying Remarkable again. It's apparently gotten a lot easier to write apps for Remarkable. That's what I've heard. I think someone, it might have been you, Jay, posted something in the Discord the other day talking about that. I gave that a quick read. Very interesting stuff. I didn't know their community I didn't even know they had a community of people creating apps for the Remarkable. I had no idea. So Alex says, do you think they will release Remarkable 3 next year? Honestly, to be honest with you, what I thought was going to happen when they released the remove, I thought they were going to make a black and white device to replace their Remarkable 2 and call it the Remarkable Paper. That's what I thought they were going to do. But they surprised us with this Remarkable Paper Pro move. Not impossible, Alex. I bet it will also have their Super USI pen still, though. Dude, I don't know, Jay. I don't know what Remarkable's doing with USI and Gallery, but they've improved Gallery and they've improved USI, because the USI in this is imperceptible from Wacom, bro. Like USI, the writing, you gotta try it, Jay. You gotta try it. That's all I can say. You gotta try it. The writing it doesn't feel like active writing on this. It feels like Wacom. Whatever Remarkable's doing with their writing tech, you guys keep it up, man. You guys keep it up. Because the latency is not there. The precision is there. The latency is there. The way the e-ink looks and the strokes, all that's there. Responsiveness for the writing is there. Now, could they work on the responsiveness of the touch input? Yeah, okay, that's another thing. But, whew. I think you mean don't buy the Remarkable Paper Pro yet. Oh yeah, if I said something different, you guys, that's what I meant. Don't buy the Remarkable Paper Pro yet. If you're thinking about buying the Remarkable Paper Pro, their 11.8 inch device, this one right here, the big boy. If you're planning on buying this one, don't buy this one just yet. they're going to put the screen that's in this one that looks way better. They're going to put that screen into this one. When they do, then you pull the trigger on the Remarkable Paper Pro. The Remarkable Paper Pro Move, though, the Remove, buy that today if you want. It's an excellent device, and I would almost bet money you won't regret it. It's that good. I mean, unless you need a select set of tools, right? If you know you need more tools than the Remarkable operating system has to offer you, then don't do it. Or if you know you have multiple devices and you're like, okay, well, I got a device that has all the tools I need. I could try a device that some people think is the best device in eInk today. I could try that. If you're that person, try it. Or like I said, or if you're somebody who knows you don't need that extensive set of tools, try the Remarkable Paper Pro Move. I don't think you'll regret it. To me, it's the best example of eInk today. That and that doesn't mean it's the GOAT like the GOAT 10.3. I don't think this is the GOAT. This doesn't kill in every category. But as far as eInk today being the best representation of an eInk note-taking device, no one's making better hardware. No one's making it look as aesthetically pleasing. The size is really good. The way it writes is really good. The surface is really good. Quality materials. Like if you know you don't need an extensive set of tools, this could work for you 100%. I don't know if you're mixed on Remarkable's active pen versus EMR, but I like it better. There's no magnetic interference. You know, you don't have to worry about charging because it stays so securely on the device. Like I never have to worry about the pen not being charged. Even on the Remarkable Paper Pro. Like I thought that would be a concern. So if you're concerned about the pen needing to be charged, at least with the Remarkable platform, I don't think you'll have to worry about that. I've been using these devices for a while now, and that's never a concern I've ever had. I've never not had battery life when I needed it in the pen. So, well, these active pens have had better latency for a while now. The Paper Pro latency was crazy good. Then it came out, maybe the best. When it came out, maybe the best. Yeah, not all active styluses are good, bruh. Remarkable's doing their own brand of active right here. We've both tried some active that's pretty trash. No crystal nibs for Remarkable, though. No. Nope. You won't be able to use a crystal nib or ceramic on Remarkable devices. I wouldn't recommend ceramic on Remarkable's devices either. Any kind of ceramic, because it's a glass screen without a film over it. You know what I mean? It's just etched glass for the texture. So you rubbing a glassy type surface on glass is not going to be good. One of those are going to wear down. You know what I'm saying? One of those things are going to give. And you don't want it to be your Remarkable. So, but yeah, no crystal nibs for the Remarkable platform. I've never used the crystal nib even on the Remarkable 2. Well, I'm sorry. I have done it just to try it, see how it feels. I don't like the feel. Like I said, it's glass on ceramic, and it's just not. It doesn't feel as good as the ceramic on a writing film. That's some kind of plastic, it seems. All right, and we got to the end of the chat. Let's go back to the things we got here for the eInk. We had the active versus EMR stylus tech conversation just now, so I'm glad we touched on that. Let's talk about standardizing measurements. So I talked about standardizing measurements on a live stream a little while back, talking about, I think, eInk creators who collect analytical data like me, Voya, and Khaled. I think eInk creators like us need to get together to make a standardized way of talking about the stuff. And since we're all taking the same measurements now, it would be cool to get our ideas on what settings we are using on these devices. Make sure we're all using the same standard, because I even though Voya is using a photospectrometer like I am, he is not using the same, or not Voya, but Khaled is using the same spectrospectrometer that I am. He's not using the same standard. So I'm using the CIE standard, which is a universal standard for illumination, but Khaled uses a different standard. Big respect to Khaled and the work that he's doing over there. If you guys like analytical eInk work, he does really good analytical eInk work over there. I don't know Khaled. I don't know Khaled's channel name. I should link that. I'm going to link it in the description if you're watching the after the show. I'll put it in the description of the video. Check out Khaled. He does really good content. But me and Khaled aren't using the same standard. We're using the same machine, not the same standard, because there's lots of different standards on that machine. I use CIE because it's the universal standard. No matter universal, but not the only standard, right? So I think it's good to get standard settings for these machines for us to use the same standard when we're measuring, because that just I think, like I said before, that builds consumer trust in what we're saying. If I'm talking about brightness and I'm using a different standard than Voya, and Voya is using a different standard than Khaled, then customer trust in what our standards really mean and what these measurements really mean could get lost in all of that. Like if we got together and said, hey, we're all going to use this standard, we're all going to use these settings, and just come to an agreement between all of us why we want to use those settings and why we want to use those standards, so that we're all talking about the same thing. That only helps consumers, and it helps the viewers of the videos that we make, bringing forth this analytical data to help them better understand it. So if someone were to watch my video and hear me talking about RA units of roughness, and then they go to Voya's video and then they hear him talking about RA units of roughness, there's consistency there. There's conformity there, uniformity. Think about this. If you watch someone, if MKBHD, he's the biggest tech YouTuber on YouTube. If he was talking about a display, like he talks about brightness of cell phone displays a lot. So the new iPhone and the new Pixels, he's reviewing them. He talks about the display brightness in nits, right? What if he talked about the brightness in nits? Someone goes to Mr. Mobile, which is another tech YouTuber. He's talking about brightness in candle mass. Hold on, what is it? Let me see what they call brightness. Hold on, you guys. I got this somewhere. Oh, I didn't bring that up. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, here we go. So if I was talking about if like MKBHD was talking about brightness of the displays in nits, and then someone goes to Mr. Mobile's channel and then they start talking about brightness in another like term or another phrase for brightness, then they might not know what that person means. That might invalidate someone's information unknowingly, right? That they just used a standard that wasn't being used by everybody else. Let me see if I can pull that up. I had that here somewhere. No, I don't have it in here anymore. Oh, there we go. Foot lamberts. So candles per square meter and foot lamberts are two different ways to talk about brightness. So if MKBHD talked about brightness in nits, and then Mr. Mobile talked about it in candles per square meter, and then you go to another tech YouTuber, maybe you go to Jerry Rig Everything, and he's talking about screen brightness, and he uses foot lamberts to talk about brightness. The information gets lost. Like we don't know that conversion, but if they all use nits, and they all do, everybody talks about screen brightness in one standard. That's nits, LCD screen brightness, right? That's the benefit. Everyone knows what you're talking about when you say that, right? Consumer trust in that term is high because everyone they know that talks about screen brightness is talking about nits. In the eInk space, we don't have that. We don't have that. We need that though, right? Because that's not, background brightness is not even a spec that's on the spec sheet for eInk devices. Background brightness is not even on the spec sheet on the eInk website for their displays that they're making. Background brightness ain't on the marketing material of these displays. Screen roughness ain't on those. And those are things that we care about. Even if you don't personally, a lot of people do care about those things, me included. Those could be differentiating factors in me buying one device over another if that information was displayed. It's not being displayed now, though. eInk YouTubers are the only people bringing that information to consumers who care about it. And if we all use, lux and lumens of BM is another way to talk about it. Later, Jay. That's lux and lumen is another way to talk about it. But if everyone talked about the screen brightness in eInk the same way, I think that would push the conversation along. It would increase consumer trust in the terms and phrases that we use. Because right now, everyone's using different phrases, everyone's using different terms, but we're all using the same machines now. So that's a good step in the right direction. I just wanted to mention that. I just wanted to bring that up. Standardization in measurements is important no matter what industry you're in. And right now, the eInk industry doesn't have a standard for these things. But we could create them, right? And companies would probably start to adhere to them if they realize, oh, our consumers care about those terms. Maybe we should start marketing those terms on our packaging. Maybe we should start marketing those terms on our website when we're talking about our devices so people will have a more informed look. Case in point, Nits haven't always been on LCD spec sheets. Like we know what the nits of the new Meta Ray-Bans screen are in the glasses, right? 5,000 nits. But nits wasn't always, people didn't always care about brightness. Nits wasn't always on the spec sheet. I don't know when that happened. I think, what do we got here? 2015. 2015, a decade ago is when nits started being put on spec sheets for consumers who cared about that information. Before that, consumers didn't care about that information. It wasn't relevant to consumers. But in 2015, manufacturers realized that, hey, this is a metric that people care about right now. So let's start putting this on our devices. And I think the eInk space will follow that trend if we only had terms that could describe these things, right? And right now we don't. We have measurements that are unstandard and we have terms that no one agrees on. But I think we'll get to a point to where we can do that. And I think we should, as an eInk community, get to a point to where we are standardizing these things. How many people did I lose? Okay, we still got 9 people here. Listen, if you're here, still here, hit the like button for me. You clearly enjoyed some of the content today, if not all of it, some of it. And I appreciate you guys for being here for the whole live stream. Jesus, we went for 2 hours. Chat, this was supposed to be 1 hour concise live stream. We went way too long. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I've said way too much already. All right, outro. Okay, so thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate you. Thanks to Jay for coming. Thanks for BM. Thanks to Mitchell. Thanks Alex. Thank you to eInk. Thank you to who else we got here? Thank you to The Rock. Thank you to Dr. Ling. Thank you to Aaron. Thanks for being here. Thank you to who else we had here today? Mr. Mike. can't believe I think Mr. Mike. Brian, nice of you to be here today. I appreciate you guys. And I think that's it. So thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you for engaging in the conversation and joining me. If you want to join the conversation, you can as well. Monday through Friday, we do this tech show that we have here. You can join us 10 a.m. till kind of whenever. We usually go for an hour. I lied. We usually go for longer than an hour, but we try to go for an hour. If you like the kind of stuff, definitely hit subscribe. Like the video if you liked, and join if you want that badge by your name. Yeah, I'd appreciate that as well. All right, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and until tomorrow, take care.